This week's episode of Diggnation is brought to you by GoDaddy, Netflix,
and Jolt, F you up. Now with 3,000 Kelvins of caffeine. So much caffeine we had to make up a measurement to explain it.
Please note, most reasons result in death. My God.
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
All right, moving on. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
You put zombie and you put eerie in the title, and I don't want to do it. Diggnation.com. Hello, friends. Welcome to Diggnation, episode number 187. I'm Kevin Rose.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Diggnation covers some of the hottest user-submitted stories on the social news website, dig.com. That's digg.com.
Yes, welcome to my apartment in San Francisco, California.
It's been a while since we've been here.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
It's like 8 episodes in LA, I think, something like that.
Yeah, 4.
A few.
But that's close to 8. Mm-hmm. It's like half.
Yep, we are back here. It's a beautiful morning, kind of early before noon.
It is. It's a little early before noon.
We normally don't do episodes this early.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's a good time to enjoy a little tea, which I have to say, you have this great little kit. It's like this tea kit, which I have to show you.
I didn't actually plan on you showing it off on...
Okay, but whatever, it's the tea kit. Look at this, right? So spoon is like an acrobat.
Look at that.
Look at this, right? Now I've sort of screwed it up by putting my tea bag here. I sort of tea bagged it accidentally, and he had a nice little smear of honey. I really felt like I was at a bed and breakfast, Kevin,
Thank you.
so I appreciate it.
I was just trying to make you something really nice.
It was
nice.
nice.
You asked for some tea. You wanted some ginger tea.
A little ginger tea for the stummy.
For the little stummy.
Nothing
and
wrong
so
with
I
a
hooked
little
him up.
stummy hookup.
That's
so I
right.
was very impressed.
Actually, I want to thank my sister for getting me the teaware. She bought me the cup. I got the saucer and the spoon after the fact. You can buy it at Bloomingdale's. Kind of cool stuff. I only have like 2 of those. It's like, you have family over, something like that, and they want something nice.
It's very impressive in the morning.
That's I
Even
however,
for coffee, though, I could do it even for coffee and have like a little bit of like sugar,
cream and sugar,
or like like a little
they
half and half
little
packet.
cream saucers too. I do the poodle mug that I got at like Safeway or something like that, or a grocery
Dude, you
store.
gotta rock it. And speaking of teas, by the way, Adagio.
Yes.
We're still rocking the our Diggnation specialty teas, which you can check out at adagio.com/Diggnation. My tea,
Hippie Glenn's tea,
Hippie Glenn's tea,
my
Prager's tea,
tea.
your tea, all really good stuff. If you want to switch over and try a little tea, although I should Irish this up and put a little Bailey's or something in there.
That would be nice. I have some actually. You good?
I think maybe later.
All right.
We'll see what's up.
So let's get into the show, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
First story of the day, with 1,516 digs submitted by First Dig. Kevin
a great
Rose,
dig name.
10 ways to increase your Twitter followers. Yes, let's just, rather than read the whole description, let's get into the
Right,
actual
because
story.
you kind of know what this is about, seeing as you were the one who said it. So how did this come up, first of all? It was on TechCrunch.
Right, so
Did TechCrunch call you? Did you call them?
No, I mean, I basically was going to write this post for my personal blog for a while, because I think that I have a few little secrets for getting extra followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to write this. I talked to, I was chatting with Arrington, who's the guy behind TechCrunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I got this blog post. Any interest in having me do a guest post? And he's like, dude, done. And so I just sent it to him, and he posted it. But essentially, we can go through a couple of them here that I think are unique.
Well, I will say, I've actually tried to implement a few of these. The hashtag thing was definitely fun. Hashtags are like when you do a Twitter and you put like pound something that you're like, it's sort of like the theory of it. Like I do Haiku Thursdays, and so like pound Haiku Thursday.
Right.
And then you can track all the people that are doing posts on Haiku Thursday. Or
Right,
whatever.
because the Twitter search allows you to search by hashtag.
Right, yeah. And there's some cool sites that also monitor it, which is cool.
Yeah, which is awesome. So if you want to start little memes that spread across Twitter, you can do that.
Yeah, and it's really fun because it kind of, it's like a little challenge where you're like, oh, I wonder what, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I was starting to play Knight's Bounty for TRS, which is like this old school kind of style RPG PC game.
Right.
And I just twittered out. I was like, I'm starting this old school Twitter thing. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, my favorite old school game was Myst. And I just put pound
saw that actually.
fave old game.
Right.
And it went crazy. Like, it went crazy. There was like 500 people doing the
Right,
hash
exactly.
marketing across all Twitter stuff.
So the cool thing about this is what it does is when you start something or you join in a conversation that has a hash associated with it, other people are viewing your entry even though they don't know who you are.
Right.
So oftentimes people will get new followers because someone will say something really clever.
Yeah.
And then tag it with a hash.
Right.
And so let's say someone was looking for my old favorite game or whatever, right? I'm in there, I'm looking at all the new ones as they're coming in, and I see someone says Commander Keen. I'm like, oh shit, I loved Commander Keen.
Yeah.
I click through on that person's profile, read a little bit about them, and then add them as a friend.
Well, now that's actually really interesting because that's the other thing you mentioned, which I also did, which is my bio. I didn't know what to put in my bio, and so I just put in, when I started my Twitter account, like, fucking some stupid, like, bring in the funk, bring in the noise, like just some inane bullshit thing.
Right.
To just placeholder. But I think you make a good point, which is people, the first thing they're going to do is read your bio to see who you are, what you do, and why they would want to follow you.
Right.
And so it's good to have rich information.
Well,
in there.
absolutely, especially when a lot of your page is made up of, at replies, which make no sense to most people because you're responding to someone else's message.
Right.
And they're like, who is this person? And then the other thing is that Twitter actually has a new feature called suggested users.
Right.
And
which
so
I didn't
a lot of
quite
people,
understand that,
a
but-
lot of people are finding other people through the suggested users. It looks at who you're friends with and who they're friends with and who you might also want to follow. So on the suggested users page, one thing that it does is it only shows the person's name and their bio. So if you have a blank bio or you have a bio that doesn't make sense, and you're going and looking through those users, you're going to be like, why would I add someone that says bringing the funk? Like, what does that mean
I
to me?
wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
At
But if it
all.
says, host of blah, blah shows,
Oh, yeah,
I do
yeah,
this,
yeah.
I do that, or, whatever industry you work in or whatever you do or whatever you enjoy,
I fix space
snowboarder or
shuttles.
whatever it may be, at least give people a reason to come and check you out. So that's another one. Retweeting is a big one. Retweeting is really cool because what it does is not only when you receive a cool tweet that you think you should spread on to other people, you're acknowledging that and like help them spread it.
Right.
But what it does is it spreads your tweets into other social graphs, other social networks that you're not a part of.
Right.
So an example is, let's say I send out a really funny clip and Glenn sees it and Glenn's like, oh, that was hilarious. And then he retweets it. It's going out to all of Glenn's friends. Now I may know, 25% of Glenn's friends, but there's a whole pool of people I don't know that are now exposed to my tweet and will click through and say, oh, who is this Kevin Rose guy? And then maybe based on my content and who I am, decide to follow me or not.
How do you get the info out there of telling your followers how to retweet?
Well, it's becoming more and more accepted. I did a blog post on kevinrose.com on how to retweet. But if you just type in...
Speaking of which, I use a new application now because I love retweeting so much.
Retweetist.
No, Twitter FON.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, Twitter FON, FTW, dude. I love it, dude. Don Fubar was over. We were playing Munchkin, and I was like, "Oh man, I want to retweet this," and I was like, "But I can't do it on my thing." And he was like, "Dude, Twitter fun."
Oh, dude. Oh, no. The best iPhone app is Tweety.
Yeah, but
Have you used Tweety?
I've seen Tweety. First off, I don't think you
Where's
can
my phone?
retweet via Tweety.
I don't know if you can.
I don't think you can,
it.
which is why I stopped. Okay,
Dude,
we're
have
doing
you
this.
seen
I know, but
what you can do?
One, you have to buy it, which it has to be a very, very, very good application for me to pay money
You are
for
such a
it.
cheapskate when it
I'm
comes
not
to
a
that
cheapskate,
shit,
but
dude.
there's so much good free. Dude, Twitter phone, it has to be way better than Twitter phone because Twitter phone is free.
Right, but check this out. Okay, so let's say I have my list of tweets right here, right?
Right, yeah. And yes,
I've showed you this, right?
no, my buddy who has Tweety and tried to get
Okay,
me to
so
buy it.
you've seen most of this stuff. But you can also track, if you go over to more, you can also track what are the trends. So like the hash trends that are popular today, and then I can see what people are saying based on that hashtag.
Well, that's cool. I don't know if I can do that here. I haven't checked.
Isn't that cool? So it's a lot of the stuff we've been talking about you can do directly in here. And then also, you can go show me people that are nearby that are sending out tweets. So if it's like a Friday
I think
night
you
and
can
you're
do that.
like, oh,
Yeah,
I wanna
within
meet-
5 miles
look
you
at
can
that,
do
no
that.
kidding. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
Shows
right.
you.
Twitter phone has that, but dude,
the reason
check
I did
this
boom
out.
boom is it was showing like a
doing it.
sonar type thing. Sorry.
So check this out though, right? So here are my friends, replies, all that stuff.
I have that.
But if I go to, like, let's say I take this one, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. I want to boom, retweet. Ding.
See, why doesn't that's one
Ding.
thing?
Look at that, boom, right there. And
No,
it does
I get
RT, so it saves you room.
Let me see if I
Bro,
get it.
that is the reason why I got.
Oh shit! Look at this. There's a tweet. Hit it. I can retweet post link to this tweet, or mail this tweet. So retweet post. Bam.
No, but that
Via,
doesn't, no,
via.
but Via that doesn't use the moniker. If it said Via, I wouldn't know that. It's got to say RT or
A
retweet.
lot of people use via.
Come on.
It's an accepted syntax.
At the end of it, I think you're saying it.
What?
At the end of it, I think you're saying. If you put that at the end, I think you're saying it.
No, it says via.
At the end of it, I'll start reading the thing like it's you.
Maybe you're
Come
right.
on.
Tweety folks, make it say RT. Everybody does RT.
RT at the
Come on, Tweety
beginning,
folks.
and then you'll be good.
But Tweety is awesome. It does do some cool stuff. You can see there.
That is definitely
And
some
it's
cool
like,
stuff.
The way I look at it is like I paid for Twitterific, which was $10.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as Tweety. Tweety was $2.99. It's like,
Here's
dude,
the thing. I'm not
you're supporting these awesome developers.
averse to paying for software. I'm averse to paying for software that has a free alternative. What?
Right, I
I
see.
mean, if Twitter FON is just as good for me as Tweety, why would I pay money for one that is just as good as the free one?
I gotcha. Dude, did you see those little symbols I was sending you?
Yeah, what was that about? I didn't want to ask. I was like, you got some fucking thing. I was like, you sucker.
I have a way to send little symbols.
You have to
and
tell me
special
about that
characters.
later.
I send
Anyway,
it on to- okay.
Twitter's a good time. If you want
No, you don't.
to follow us up, obviously via Twitter, you can follow me. Twitter.com/Alex Albrecht.
Yes, and I'm Twitter.com/Kevin Rose. Also, a lot of people, we talk about tea a lot, or I talk about tea a lot. I try not to pollute my Kevin Rose account with tea information and links and stuff like that. So I created a separate Twitter account, twitter.com/goodtea is my,
Smart.
if you follow that, I send out all crazy tea links and stuff like that. If you're just getting into tea, check it out.
All right, moving on. 8th grader invisible invention saves birds from windows. 3,000, or burls from windows, which are
Those burls.
girl birds. Burls. 3,197 people dug this story, submitted by D2002. For his latest school science fair project, he has invented invisible warning signals that can be placed discreetly right in the middle of a window pane. So this kid is in 8th grade.
Looks like a smart little kid.
Well, he is, dude. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to be freaking multi-millionaire
Really?
after this. So,
Dude.
bro, just listen.
All right, I'll let you go through it first.
So, birds hit fucking windows.
And nobody cares.
Well, some people care, especially people who put up skyscrapers and have flocks of migrating birds destroying windows on their high-rise. So
Does
the
that
way,
happen?
oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And they'll build, because think about it, there's a migrating bird pattern. Altitude doesn't change, direction doesn't change, and it's built into their system. All of a sudden, you put up a high-rise apartment complex, and they're just like, oh yeah, so you excited to be back? And say, oh, what the fuck? This hasn't been there for 150 years.
And so, like, hundreds of birds will plow into a side of a building.
Well, they won't know because they see the window. They think it goes right through. So if they're in so if it's a high-rise and it's up in the sky, it's not so much like your house. Oh shit, some bird, boom. Anyway, so what they did is they designed these things. Great, good work there with the tech stuff. So they designed these things a long time ago that basically are like, they look like falcons, and they're giant black decals that you can stick in the middle of pane glass windows. And so you won't have to worry about bird. They see the thing and they go, oh shit, there's a thing
Falcon.
there. It's a fucking falcon. I don't want to go through that.
Right.
There's 470 falcons. Let's go around that big thing of falcons.
Right.
Well, the problem is that when you're in your office and you look out your window, you see this giant fucking falcon on the window.
Right, and your building looks like a big fucking falcon.
Big fucking falcon. It's like Falcon Nest. So what happened was this kid said there has to be a better way to do this. So he discovered, he didn't discover, but he figured out that birds can see ultraviolet colors that humans can't.
An 8-year-old kid figured this shit out.
Yes, he did. And so what he did was he took a clear Hawk plastic decal, bought ultraviolet paint from a party supply store, because they do like ultraviolet paints in like bowling alleys and shit, and turn a black light on and it like looks different colors. Painted it, put it on his window of his neighbor's house that constantly has birds hitting the window of this neighbor's house because they have this big bay window, and the birds stop hitting the window. So he is now, and you can see out. It doesn't look like anything on your window. Bro, every business that has a high rise is gonna buy this thing from this kid.
No, I
right?
agree. No doubt.
This kid is on the verge of being a millionaire.
I'm not buying the fact that like an 8-year-old kid was like, well, Mrs. Next Door Neighbor, it seems you have a bird problem. I'm gonna figure out how to go buy plastic falcons and paint them.
All right, so you ready for the story?
Who does that?
So 4 years ago,
His dad did it. He's
no.
"Son,
4 years
we're gonna
ago,
get good
he
press."
fell in love with birds while on a trip with his parents to Costa Rica.
People do that.
He learned that bird populations were decreasing around the world and that many scientists were blaming global warming. He later read that about 500 million birds a year in Mexico, the US, and Canada were dying as a result of crashing into windows.
That's too bad.
Many of the collisions were windows of skyscrapers along their migratory paths. So he, at the time, resolved, I'm going to help save the lives of these
How,
birds.
is he 8?
No, he's an 8th grader.
Oh, 8th grade.
Right? 8th grader.
That makes a little bit more sense.
So he's like 12,
No, it's
13. What is 8th grade? 13? 13? It can't be 14.
Well, 14 years old, because you
14.
sophomore when you turn 16 in Gdrive.
Yeah, you're right, 14. That makes a little bit more sense.
18.
What, you turned 18?
Depends on who you're talking about.
Peking?
Peking.
8th grade, never mind.
He was in a different.
Did you chip your tooth?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What happened?
I was skateboarding when I was like 15.
Oh, it was a long time ago.
No, but the chip, the filler fell off.
Oh, I was like, no.
Dude, want to hear
Okay.
some bullshit?
What happened?
Okay, well,
He was eating some
we should
like
finish
fucking
the story.
crunchy veggie.
No.
So anyway, and then we'll do
then we'll do
the
hippie
tooth,
shit.
the hippie tooth problem. So, but dude, I feel like this is great for this kid. I mean, first off, why has nobody thought to put ultraviolet paint on these decals? And secondly, good for you, kid.
And thirdly, what else can we put ultraviolet paint on?
Bro, everything.
I was looking
I'm
at
sure he
the process
patented it.
Just now, and it said that someone wrote that it's already available in the U.S. and maybe not in Canada.
Ah, so the kid's selling it.
No. You mean that other companies have had it already?
That's what a comment said after the story.
See, I
Interesting.
I don't know if that's.
I don't know if I buy that.
hope the kids don't, or the parents don't take all his money.
Bro, that happens.
It does
That's
happen.
Bad
Macaulay Culkin.
FUBU. Yeah.
All right.
Other children. So tooth. What happened?
So, well, no,
so
not
Glenn's
the tooth. So
eating.
we're playing racquetball last night. Do you mind if I tell the story? We were playing racquetball last night. We played, walk out to his car, and he's like, "Hey, dude, can you come by my car real quick? I just need some help with the gas thing." I'm like, do you need me to push your car? Like, what the fuck's going on? I go over there. He's got fucking corn oil in the back. We have to fill up his car in a parking lot. I'm like holding this, like oil's like pouring down on my hands. It is some hippie shit if I've ever seen it, and I got it on video.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we
Good
can
for
put a little clip of, I think, in the credits.
I got that at home, but you called like 5 minutes before you wanted to play racquetball, and I was like,
You're like, I guess I gotta go. Let's just quickly take the emergency corn oil and get in the car.
Totally.
I need my emergency corn.
I think it's awesome.
Well, hopefully you get your tooth fixed soon.
yeah.
Looks painful.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Oh.
But it's scary because it's real thin on the backside.
Oh.
So you're like, if I bit into like a rock right now, that'd be
Okay,
fucked.
first off, I'd be fucked if I bit into a rock.
Right.
What? How is that what he chooses? Like, if I chose to do something normal people do,
I'm like,
eating rocks.
He's going with Apple here. He's going with
I
Apple.
thought he was gonna go apple too.
He said a rock.
Fucking rocks. When I chew on buildings, as humans are prone to do, horrible.
That's
all
all
right,
right.
Glenn, get better soon.
Get better. Feel
Be
better.
Glenn. Feel better.
All right. Your turn. No, my turn.
Yeah, we go.
3,061 people dug this story, submitted by Cap Tank, presidential Gatling gun-equipped Suburban. Barack Obama is getting a Cadillac-style new presidential limo tomorrow. While nice, we're more interested in the Gatling gun-equipped Suburban that follows the Cadillac. Here's a video of the bullet-spraying Chevy in action.
First off, this is crazy.
Did you see the limo?
I saw the limo. Yeah, we talked about the limo on the show.
Yeah, okay. I was
Limo
right.
is also crazy. I mean, like 5 pints of blood and shit, and like
know.
airtight. And did you see it on the inaugural? They had one that looked like it. I don't know if it was the actual
They have
one,
a
but it was
demo
the same
one, a fake one, and then the real one. So,
Yeah.
so this is the
This though is the frickin' bee's knees. This seems like it's fake. Do you know what I mean? It seems like a kid.
No way.
No, it's not fake. But it seems like something a kid would dream up and be like, what if I had a fucking Gatling gun on the top of my car?
dude.
And listen how fast it's spraying bullets. Look at them all coming out of here.
Well, how are they aiming that at the camera?
I think it's all blank. I thought the same thing. I think it's blanks. 'Cause it's like a helicopter tracking shot, and then he's like, I'm shooting you down! And I was like, bro, how do you do that without shooting the helicopter down?
I know. Yeah, totally.
See what?
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, I got you, helicopter.
You know the helicopter driver is like, oh fuck, oh, okay, blanks.
Blank. Where like the guy on the side of the road is like, ha, and they're like, just for fun, we changed out these.
We put a couple in.
Yeah, it's like the caffeine commercial. It's like, just for fun, we switched out these Macwell House commercials with real bullets.
That is insane.
How cool is that, though? First off, it's a little bit like you're in a crowd, somebody comes out with a grenade, and they fucking just mow everybody down.
Right.
Like, it's a little bit like one specific situation where that's going to be the use that you do. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you ever think like...
It's like a children's parade, and then this guy's like, hey, Barack Obama!
Totally. He's like
mowing the kids.
Exactly. Because there's no like...
Oh, we thought he had a gun.
There's no like one hit and the guy's down.
It's not a mobile sniper
unit. The guy
unit.
pulls the trigger and there's going to be a good, 500 rounds flying in all different directions.
Do you remember that guy that we had on the screensavers way back in the day that had the motion sensor operated cannon turrets?
Yes.
Where like you could set up this thing, like if you were camping and you were worried about bears or like, teens, you could set up this like tripod Gatling gun with these like sensors, and then if somebody trips the sensors, it just goes chip and mows into
I've
it.
seen ones of paintball guns
Crazy.
now too.
Oh, that's
that do
cool.
tracking. Have you seen that?
No, but that's awesome.
Oh, dude.
Tracking paintball, what?
Tracking paintball gun. Dude, check this out.
Oh, Google, you are so quick.
I know, seriously. First result. So this is a Sentry fire at will, not remote controlled, tracking paintball gun.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Okay. I thought we were just gonna watch that guy get shot by
No,
paintball.
no. Okay, so he sets it up. Laptop is booting up.
Oh my god.
Okay, ball drop experiment. So he wants to tag a ball before it hits the ground.
The camera is zoomed in.
Dude, look at that. Tracks it. Boom, nails it, hit.
Wow.
Watch this.
Bro.
Dude, how crazy is that? Oh,
Dude, that is awesome.
I know. Oh, look at all those hits on his shoulder.
That was fucking funny. That was like, what?
His little head pops up. Isn't that scary as hell, though?
Well, it's not scary. It's awesome.
No, it scares me that there's machines that do this shit now.
Distraction attempt. Ah!
Can you believe that?
It probably knew that it was bigger. Oh, did you see that?
Can you believe that?
Bro, that is freaking awesome.
I know, it is
I want
awesome.
one of those, like, big time.
I know.
Because how great would that be for, like, just backyard security?
Totally.
Because just think if you're like, oh, I wonder if anybody...
Well, it'd probably-
holy
It'd
shit!
probably take out a lot of birds.
Bro, fuck birds. You kidding me?
Dude, we just did a story on saving birds. You can't now
No, you put
turn
a
to kill
glass,
them.
you put a
You put
mesh
ultraviolet.
dome and ultraviolet stuff, so people can go in if they want to
You
steal
paint the
stuff. but-
paintball gun with ultraviolet paint, and then the birds are like, "Oh, falcon," and they just don't land. They just don't come close. Woo!
A computer tracked falcon firing spitballs at me.
Exactly.
Dude, that is awesome, bro.
So,
it's crazy what computers can do.
I know. Those damn computers. Oh, so I was gonna say, when you watch these videos though, don't you kind of think like, how could I get around that? Like,
The Suburban Gatling gun?
no, but like, it's like kind of like that old thing, like, how could I rob a bank?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you think like, well, is that really safe? Like, they must have like 10 different ways to protect. I think it's badass. I always wondered though, I was watching this Air Force One video.
The movie or the video about it?
The video about Air
Okay.
Force One. And they only show parts of Air Force One.
Right.
So, I'm wondering how they do this, but without a doubt, inside Air Force One, there is a way to save the president if the plane is going down.
Of course.
How do they do it?
Bubble, plastic bubble,
I always thought like custom
What-
type of
what?
bubble too.
rubber ball that just like.
I don't think it's a giant bouncy ball that they shove the president in. Mr. President, we need you into this giant bouncy ball. And it's like, wait, this was the best you guys. Ah!
That's how they land on Mars.
That's not how they land in fucking Kentucky if the plane's going down.
If the plane's going down,
It's probably just
some type
parachutes.
of ejection seat. He probably has like room for 4. You get in there, you strap in.
Yeah.
Ejects you out a pod that breaks out of the ceiling and then just like parachutes down. Why don't they talk about that? I want to know what that.
Because they don't want people fucking with the pod. If you knew the pod existed, you could use your tracking gun and something else, and then when the pod pops out, you're like, "There's the pod, got the pod."
Yeah, but
we
everyone
have
knows the
president."
pod exists.
No, they don't. You
Come
just think the pod
on.
exists.
Prager, does the pod exist?
It could be that in the butt of that plane, an F-16 is hidden.
That's true. And it's
I
like,
mean,
you're like, didn't expect that.
And you're like, was that a fucking F-16? Did you get by the ass of that thing?
There's probably like
Damn
3
it.
options. They got like parachutes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
pods, and something else.
And then the vice president.
So, yeah, I just think that what an awesome way to fly. Like if you could pay extra.
Private jet is any jet where you're the guy, you're the reason why it's flying is the way to fly, right? I mean, if I walked into a Virgin
I'm saying
America,
to
I
be
came up
safe,
like
to
Virgin
be
America.
safe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Virgin America had like 3. They had economy, first class, and
then never die.
Never die class. Dude,
good.
and you had to pay like an extra $200 to get never die, and then never die you like strap yourself in.
You have a
and then
parachute.
you have a parachute, and it ejects you out of it. Like,
So it's really just fear ease your fear for $200.
dude, let me tell you what.
Not a dude.
And
not
I'm
my
so
butt.
happy things turned out the way they did with the Hudson River.
Yeah.
But if I was in that plane and it's going down and they're like, okay, never die class, you'll be departing in 2 seconds. As it's
You're
starting to
like,
go down, I'm just like, fuck, I'm glad I spent the extra $200. Right? Totally. And then you're like, fuck that never die class.
I know. God damn it! I should have splurged.
Right, totally.
And then like the chute comes out, and then all of a sudden it's like boop boop, and there's little champagne bottles. You're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. As you're going down here, it's like, you get little
this is
peanuts.
high quality.
Yeah. Totally, dude.
awesome.
I would spend extra for that. I think there's
Horrible.
people that would too.
Dude, I would, and they're called suckers.
Dude,
I
I'm
am
telling
one.
you, listen, Boeing, because we know all your top engineers watch this show. Make it never
Make it
die
happen.
class.
Never die. All right, let's talk about our sponsors before we get to the last story here. GoDaddy, as always, one of our longest-running sponsors. GoDaddy, reliable, secure web hosting without a long-term contract. GoDaddy's hosting plans are bigger and better than ever with a 99% uptime, free 24/7 support, and no annual commitment. Plus, enter code DIG6 when you check out, save an additional 20% off any 1, 2, or 3-year hosting plans. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com. Bing.
Netflix, thanks to Netflix for sponsoring this episode of Diggnation. With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000 titles online. Do they only still have 90,000 titles?
It's probably bigger than
They've
that,
had
but that's what
90,000 for a
they...
long time now.
I think it's over 150.
Oh, nice. 150,000 titles online.
Made that number up.
Including lots of Blu-ray titles with free shipping both ways to your home. They have over 40 shipping centers, so almost all deliveries happen within just 1 business day. Plans start at $4.99, and as a new member, you can always get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. Check out, excuse me, I was just swallowing my own spit, www.netflix.com/Diggnation. Please remember the www when you check out. It is very important. And I just got Tropic Thunder,
Oh, nice.
which is have you seen it?
Of course.
Oh, best movie. So
Amazing.
good. Rent Tropic Thunder on Netflix.
Yeah.
You will not be sorry if you want a good comedy.
Also, Gridcast TV. Now, this is interesting. Revision 3 has launched a new feature in partnership with Gridcast TV. This and other episodes of Diggnation, Techzilla, and The Totally Rad Show, another show close to my heart, are available in HD quality for viewing on your TV set if you have an Xbox 360 or Sony PlayStation 3 or any other UPnP device. Check it out, revision3.com/content/gridcast for more details. After you check this out, though, let us know what you think of the service. That's one of the reasons why they wanted us to set up this opportunity and also talk to you guys about it. Head over to the forums, forum.gridnetworks.com. Like if you're enjoying watching more Revision 3 stuff, you want to do shorter stuff, you're like the long form, whatever you want to do, check it out and also share it with your friends so we can learn what others think of the Gridcast TV service. I've checked it out. I think it's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So last story of the day, your turn.
All right. Now, this story kind of confused me at first.
Wait, is that the last story of the day? Why do I have another story?
There's 2 more. You guys only did 3.
What?
What was the third one?
Oh, okay. We have 2 more.
Okay, we did the sponsors early.
We did the sponsors early, but whatever. That's because the sponsors are so nice. So, semi-last story of the day. Britney Spears, If You Seek Amy, angers parents. 1,431 people dug this story, submitted by Lee Caney. Now, I didn't understand this until I read read a little bit of this. The Parent Television Council is livid that Britney Spears, cunningly titled If You Seek Amy, is getting radio play despite the fact that the title and the lyrics essentially say, fuck me. If you C-K me. It's F-U-C-K me is the name of the song.
Sorry, I was just looking at yours.
No, it took me a while to figure
I don't
out.
understand this still.
If you seek me, it's F-U-C-K me. The song title.
Where's me in that?
Amy.
If you seek me.
If you C-K me.
If you sucky me?
If
Are you
you
sure it's not-
C-K me.
It
It sounds a little bit like a weird Japanese
If you seek
thing.
me, yeah.
But the reason, if you seek Amy is not a fucking. Why would you write a song about
Is
that?
that part in the song? It goes, if you seek me, I will.
CK you back. I don't know, but it says anyway. So these parents in Australia first complained about the song's content, and now the track has become the third single off Circus. And American parents are demanding it violates the broadcast indecency laws. There's no misinterpreting the lyrics to this song, and it's certainly not about a girl named Amy. It's one thing for a song with these lyrics to be included on a CD so that fans who wish to hear it can do so, but it's an entirely different matter when the song is played over the publicly owned airwaves, especially at a time when children are likely to be listening. So between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m.,
I'm sorry, can you scroll up a tiny bit?
if you seek me, if you, the letter U,
Oh,
seek
you.
Amy.
Okay, I just want to hear the song, because if she's like, if you seek me, it will feel good, then that means, like, obviously, she's going at it more than just
But interesting. So, but it debuted on the number one. A Jive edited version of the song excises the K from seek. F-U-C me. Some intervening DJs are throwing their own names over the me. Yeah, all the girls and all the guys are begging to F-U-C-K me. That's what she's singing. All the boys and all the girls are begging to if you seek me. That doesn't make any fucking sense unless it's all the girls and all the boys are begging to fuck me in the pooper.
That's right.
Right? If that's what that statement means.
I mean,
It's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. We should do some shit like that.
Yeah. If you want to watch the show, just bend over and fuck me like a, what?
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to think
We'd
about
have
it a
to
little bit
think
more than
something a
just
little bit
off the
better
top
than
of my
that.
head.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than just extemporaneously.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of feel like she clearly did this to avoid not being able to say F-U-C-K me on.
She didn't do this.
Oh well, that's true.
didn't
The
do
old
this.
man in a room who writes her songs.
Totally.
He wrote the song to avoid. He was like, "That'll be fun. We'll start a controversy."
Yeah.
Or he probably said controversy, because he's obviously an old British man.
Prager, I have 14 minutes battery power left. I think we can get through the show.
We can get through the show. What else? So now we go to sponsors. Whoop! Did that.
Did
Last story of the
Last story of the day. Throw your hard drive away. Google's Gdrive arrives in 2009. 4,291 people dug the story submitted by J.U. Judujakan.
J-U-D-U-D-K-A-N. That's
Judakan.
not at all what it
Chicago,
name is.
Illinois. Google Drive, or Gdrive as it's better known, has to be the most significant Google, or most anticipated Google product so far. When it arrives, Gdrive will likely cause a major paradigm shift in how we use computers and bring Google one step closer to dethroning Windows on your desktop. The service that has the potential to even eclipse Gmail, Google's second best known product after Google.com search engine. That says no wonder why users have been ripe with anticipation for years. Yes, that's how long the rumors have persisted. Gdrive is basically an online storage where Google servers have enough capacity to hold the entire contents of your hard drive. It will likely also come with enough brains to do cool tricks now with bigger things down the road, like booting your computer from an online drive and loading it to load the Google operating system. Gdrive is basically a cloud-based storage that should have two faces, a desktop client that keeps local and online files and folders in a two-directional sync via a web interface for accessing your desktop files anytime and anywhere using a network-enabled computer. In addition, it will come tightly integrated with other Google services to enable editing of supported document types like spreadsheets, presentations via Google Docs, email via Gmail, and images via Picasa, web application, or web albums, etc.
Bruh. Here's the thing. I don't think I will ever want all of my data being on a place where if somehow, let's say, my cable company screws me, as they did, which is why I changed my internet connection, to where I can't even turn on my... What if, you know, my phone line goes out and I have DSL and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I wanted to play WoW. Oh, that's on my drive that is not in my house or computer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you really...
I don't keep, there's certain, I will say
Like,
this.
think about your entire music library. It's on your laptop.
No problem, I'll keep that on the line.
Well, but no. But now you're in an airport. You're in an airplane. You don't have access to an internet.
Wi-Fi in the airplanes.
Not right yet.
Yeah.
Not right yet.
Yeah.
Not right yet.
Virgin America.
I know, but not all. Not all planes, and two, that's one carrier.
There's a couple others now.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Right,
So now
you're
your
right.
music library isn't on your computer.
No, I hear you.
I will say how I will use this service, and I will definitely use this service, which is
I
to
don't think it's
do
even gonna come
automated backups.
Right. Well, I have a problem with that.
What's wrong with that?
Here's the, well, it's just a us. Well, not us problem, but it's a
you problem?
it's a targeting problem. Here's the thing. When Gdrive gets hacked, and there's like some kids out there that figure out how to do this shit.
Yeah.
Who's the first motherfuckers that are coming after their private
Right.
data?
I agree.
You and me,
I'm not gonna
dude.
back up anything else.
And Leo Laporte, and maybe a handful of other people, right?
I'm not gonna back up.
Right.
Now
And
that
so
say
do you
it,
want pictures of you and your girlfriend like on the fucking Gdrive? They're like, look what I found. Internet.
No.
Right, exactly. So that's why I would not personally use that shit.
Interesting. I agree, Drive, with that.
So,
I agree.
the other thing is that if this is ever going to launch, it's not going to be at least immediately a replacement for what we're doing here.
No.
What it is it could potentially be is for these new little netbooks that you see all over the place.
Yes.
These new little tiny laptops that are like have very limited resources
You have
as
like
far
16 gig hard drives or
they're
8
bigger
gig
now.
hard
They're like
drives.
64 or something.
Dude,
It's
the
still
Dells
insane.
are 8 and 16.
Well, you haven't seen my new one. I got
You
HP,
got one?
a little HP Mini.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
But listen, these things,
I'm listening, bro.
they're very hard and difficult to do certain things on. Like just a traditional operating system sometimes doesn't make complete sense. You want like big buttons and big icons.
Well, and also the hard drive space is ridiculous. Basically, my little sister got the 8 gig one, and her hard drive is pretty much full up now that she put Office on it.
Right.
So to then use the Gdrive to have your files, and it has the documents editing and all that stuff from Google Docs, it's appealing.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is I think
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think the netbook stuff is a fad. I think
I
just
don't
like
think so.
in Japan,
you might be right.
where remember we went to Japan and the phones were really big and we were like, where are the small phones? They go, well, they got small, and then everybody went, we can't fucking do anything on these phones.
Right.
So they started getting big again. Because I sat down and played on some of those. It's really hard to type on. It's kind of hard to kind of do all this shit. At the end of the day, it's going to go down. It's going like this, and then it's going to stop, and people are going to go, no. And it's going to go back like this. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's going to happen. We're in the... Because really, is your netbook going to replace, this, which has, 200 gigs of hard drive space and can run the, stuff?
I've been thinking a lot about this lately because there's that new Sony, the Sony P series, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
You've seen these, right?
I think
It was
that's
at
the.
CES.
I think that's the.
It's got like a 1440 screen by like 720, super
Yeah.
high res, like really tiny.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful, very well engineered. I can't wait to get my hands on it and actually play with one.
Right.
But I was thinking this too, like, in the hard drive capacities are decent. They go up to 64 gigs, and you can get solid state, and you can do all that kind of crazy stuff. But the thing to me is like, I don't know, because what I use this computer for
Well, it's your
primarily
main computer.
is like email, flowcharts, Photoshop.
Flowcharts?
Yeah.
Flowcharts.
It's all right. It's technical hippie term.
It's you know what flowcharts are.
Yeah, but I don't know what
It's for functionality shit. So you're like, hey, when you click this button on Dig, it does this, this, and this, and this, and you like roll it. And music. And
Well,
surfing
first
the,
off,
surfing
music.
the web.
You can fill up 64 gigs of music like that.
You can do most of that stuff on
Actually, let me.
on
you
a
know
smaller
what?
the smaller computer.
Let's try this stuff. Here we go.
I just don't know if it's gonna be too small for my
Let's
hands.
see. It probably is. That's the thing. Let me see. Let me see how much hard drive space I have. See, I've taken up a pretty good amount of hard drive space. I have 150 gigs, which ends up being 136, and I only have 92 gigs free.
What are you doing on your
I have
computer?
no fucking idea.
But this isn't even your main computer.
It's not.
You don't even have any music on this computer.
I don't think so. Maybe I do, but I don't think so. Let me see how much is in my documents and settings. 0. That's how much. I don't even have anything in my documents and settings.
Dude, something's wrong with your computer.
Yeah, none of this stuff is in there.
Did
It's
you?
not something
you
wrong
installed Windows Media Center on it.
It comes with it. It came on the computer. I didn't install anything in this.
Anyway, so
A
I don't know. I
serious
think it's too early. I
download.
think we need to. There's something to be said though about a small ass little laptop that you can throw in your backpack and you can go to the cafe with, where I don't have
Well,
to
but this is.
lug
I mean,
this
come
thing
on.
around.
This isn't that. So program files is looking.
Yeah, but I want something
pretty
even
fat.
smaller.
What? Why? I mean, I guess I do. I guess this is the thing. Is for me, you know, notebooks, laptops. It's a little different because I don't really use laptops, as I've said.
Right.
Like this guy goes into my bag when I'm done shooting Diggnation, and my bag goes in a corner, and I pull it back out when it's time to shoot Diggnation. Like that's how I
Right.
use my laptop.
Right. And my laptop is my main computer.
Yeah, but I have a giant computer and do games and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Totally.
So for me, there's no appeal to a netbook because it's like, and this is so freaking small and light, and it does everything I need. It's got built-in EVDO.
Dude.
Like,
I installed Windows 7 on my HP Mini.
I'm so excited to use Windows 7.
Did you install it?
I don't want to install it because then at the end of the day, the beta is going to end and it's not going to be out yet.
It's
so I'm
got
gonna
another
have to
6 months.
But I'm going to have to
Beta.
I know, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to reinstall
They'll
my
have something out.
operating system.
They'll have something out by that time. Not
You know
released.
what? You know what I'll do it on this machine because I don't
Dude,
have anything on this machine.
I
I'll do
love it.
I know. I've
I
heard
like
it's
it a lot.
really good.
It's actually really good. They got
it's
a
really
lot of
good.
things right this time around.
Yeah.
Finally.
And I heard
They
that. I
copied
heard
a
that.
ton of shit from OS 10, but who cares? It works.
Of course, I heard that their dock was even. I read that article
like
on
the
Gadget.
OS
that was
10
better.
dock.
Yeah.
It actually shows you previews of things, and
I'm
it's
excited.
actually like you can lock things to your dock.
You know what? That's what I should do. Actually, I should do.
I have
you know
it
what?
here.
I need to
if you
get.
want- I have
need
it.
to get a new.
I have it here on a USB thumb drive. You can install it right now, actually.
Cool.
All right.
Are you gonna get the new Kindle?
Anyway,
I am going to get the new Kindle. It's not out yet, though. Or will be soon. I don't know too much about it. If I had more information to talk about, I'd say I don't know really
cool.
anything.
Well, let's get to emails, shall we? This email is fun. It comes from Tim. Hey, Kevin and Alex. In episode 182, Kevin was talking about his own moving private mobile. Private mobile or pirate mobile. I did some photoshopping and here's the result. I hope you like it. Love the show every week.
Please.
Please?
No, I was going to say, if you put like Pirate Mobile on the side of it,
Oh, yeah, he did.
you can't do that.
Dude, it's a pirate mobile.
The whole thing is you got to look.
God damn it. Download.
You got to be on the DL when you're doing error.
What?
This is the reason why you Gdrive.
Gdrive is a bad idea.
You'll be trying to get a document and it'll be like error.
And it'll be like, oh, your internet connection's down. Because that does happen sometimes with Gmail where you're like, why am I not being able to do this? It's right there. And it's like, download is not complete.
Why do you still use Internet Explorer?
I don't. That was
Just kidding.
Chrome, fucker. Huh?
The moving Pirate Mobile, terabytes of data. Nice, I'm driving it.
Yeah, you are,
You put me
dude.
in
And
there.
look at the dig
It's got
license
Pirate
plates.
Bay on it.
It's got the Pirates Bay thing. A giant satellite dish.
Dude,
I fucking love it,
it's
dude.
a Benzo too. That's pretty awesome.
Dude, that would be epic. You could get some major nerd poon riding around on a thing like that.
Dude, that's awesome.
Bro, I would love to have that. And then
Well,
you could
first-
hire you out for parties. You could come and just like sit in front of people's houses and share stuff.
Dude, you would be in
I
some serious
love it.
trouble. All right.
Anyway.
Question of the day / email of the day / trying to help this guy out.
Oh, good. What's up?
Let me pull it up right here. And for some reason I don't have. Oh, I pulled it up in Firefox. This one is from Josh. He writes in, "Hey Prager, Hippie Glenn, Alex, and Kevin."
That's a little. I think the order is kind of fucked up on that, but all right,
I
go
love
on.
that. Hey Prager, Hippie Glenn, and Alex and Kevin. My name is Josh, and I want to ask out this really hot girl that I talk to all the time.
All right.
And since I watch the show, which makes me a geek, haha, just kidding. Which, I mean, you laughing, but you're really not just kidding because you are a geek, and
Right.
so are we. It's okay.
Yeah, it's why we do this.
I don't know if I should. Should I ask her? ? She seems like she likes me, and I know I like her. I freaking like masturbate over her Facebook pic every day.
Oh, nice.
And,
All right.
And how do I ask her? I just don't want to jump up to her and say, hey, you want to go out with me? Thanks, Josh.
Definitely don't lead with I frickin' spank one out to your Facebook page every day.
So I tried a new pickup line the other day.
An actual pickup line.
Not a pickup line, but I got
conversation starter.
Conversation starter / pickup thing.
Okay.
I got denied though.
What was it?
But I'll tell you anyway because I think it's a good one.
Okay, what was it?
So I went to this bar,
Okay.
Monk's Kettle in San Francisco.
Okay.
Awesome bar. We were telling the hippie emailed you about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
place.
yeah.
You got to go to this place next time you're in
Alright,
town.
okay.
Come a day early. It's good, amazing, best burgers in the world.
Love it.
It reminds me of that place across
8
the street
ounce.
from your place.
Yeah.
But they have like 150 beers or something, so it's slightly
It's not,
bigger.
yeah. More beer.
More beer centric.
Yeah.
So we went there at this bar, and like there's this cute little girl there. I'm talking like pouty, like little bangs off to the side, like a little upset, like cute little skinny jeans, like you
Yeah.
know, good.
The way you like it.
The good little alternative emo-ish, but not too emo.
The reason you live in San Fran.
Right, exactly. So she's our waitress, and she goes by the table, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah blah blah, and she's like really nice and everything. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to involve her in the table conversation.
Right.
So every time she comes by, the first time she comes by, she's like, "What can I get you a drink?" She's asking everybody, and then so she comes around to me, and I'm just like, you know what? Just give me like whatever you think is best, like your favorite beer. And she's like, really? She's like, do you like IPAs? And I hate fucking IPAs.
I know you hate
I hate
IPAs.
IPAs. And I'm like, love IPAs. Whatever
Like,
you're gonna get me.
favorite.
Right, totally. And she's like, okay. And she goes, brings me an IPA, and it's like fucking horrible. And I'm like, I'm trying to drink it down and everything, right? So this is so far so good, right? And like it totally like involving her in the conversation. And we ordered this $80 bottle of beer.
Right.
I got this crazy one. And so we figured, like, why not try this crazy Belgian beer?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, when she comes to the table, I'll ask her if she wants a little bit. She's just pouring it out for everybody. I'm like, you got to try some with us, you know? Like, it's good stuff. And she's like, really? Okay, I'll try it, blah, blah, blah. Right? And so she tries it. She's
You're
having
like, I'm doing this.
yeah, I'm like, so far, so good,
This
right?
is happening.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's trying some of the beer, and she's being really friendly and everything. And so, like, she brings us free dessert.
Oh, yeah, she
And
does.
she's like, here, I got you guys this dessert. I thought you'd like it, everything, and it's got walnuts and fucking chocolate. It's amazing. Good place to eat.
Then you're just like, I want to lay on the line.
Right, so she brings the bill.
And you go, I like you, fancy pants.
So she brings the bill, and I'm like, okay, now where do you take it from here?
Right.
Like, what's the best way? You're like, hey, I think you're hot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to come up with something good. So she's kind of ringing up her bill, and she's standing by herself at the little register thing.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking, like, now's a good time. I don't want to do it at the table and make her feel awkward.
Did you go up to her?
Yes, I did. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna just walk up to her and just be like, what's up, you know? But not what's up, you know?
I love that this is the advice you're giving. I'm going to walk up to her and be like, what's up? But not what's up. Like, what's up? You know?
Last thing I was like, I said, what's up? Why don't they respond?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So I walk up to her and I'm like, and she's like, kind of looks at me and I look at her and I'm like, so you have a boyfriend, right? Because like, you know, complimenting them like they have a boyfriend, and she like looks at me and she's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, tell him he's a lucky man. And she's like smiles and like
That's
laughs.
cool.
I just
All
walk back. Doesn't damage yourself because you're just like, hey, you must have a boyfriend because you're really attractive.
Smart. So you didn't
Right.
get shot down.
No, not
she
shot
had
down.
a boyfriend.
She just laughed, thought it was cute. I can come back to the bar with not looking like a jackass, right?
Right.
And everybody like, that's the guy who fucking hit on me, right?
Yeah.
To all her friends, right? So yeah, I think it was. I
Also,
think
you're
that
going to
was
go
a
back to,
good move.
yeah, because you're also laying the groundwork
Right.
for when it doesn't work out with her boyfriend.
Right, exactly.
Because you can be back in and be like, hey, how are you? Good to see you again. And she's like, oh, hey.
Hey, gotta hit on me.
And dude, at the end of the day, girls and guys are the same. When you get hit on, you feel good. And it's like,
Right,
it's like,
totally.
yeah, dude, I love it. You know, whether you have a girlfriend or not, it
Right.
makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
So she's now going like, oh, I know that guy thinks I'm hot. That's so
Right.
cool. What a great feeling. But he also knows I have a boyfriend. So he's not gonna be creepy.
Right,
Do you know what I
totally.
mean? So then you get to just like hang out and
And it's better than walking up and just being like, hey, so I was wondering, you know, would you like to grab some dinner sometime? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like you don't know them that well, and you haven't really had an extended conversation with
right.
them. So
And chances are they're gonna
Said no.
no, she said no, I don't.
Then you're like,
Then I would be like, well, we should go have a drink sometime, you know?
Yeah.
And just kind of like keep it casual, keep it light.
yeah.
You know? So anyway,
Cool. Well, good choice.
good luck, Josh. You might want to try that.
Good luck. And don't mention the masturbating part.
Right. Kind of leave that
If
out.
you would like to have your email read on the show, feel free to send it to dignationfans@gmail.com. Well, that is it for this week's edition of Diggnation. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm twitter.com/Kevin Rose.
I'm twitter.com/Alex Albrecht.
You always have to do it.
Fucker.
I knew
Fucker.
it. All right.
All right. Next.
Wait, Prager has something to say. No, the Dig Reel is out, and I co-hosted a show
yes.
with Martin Sargent. So check that out. And Sarah Lane and Martin are on the next one. And the show comes out on
Monday at 3?
Monday at 3.
Monday at 3.
Monday at 3.
Cool. Check
There
it
you
out.
go.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're not doing anything.
Dude, you're making me do some hippie bullshit. I'm documenting this.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What do I have to hold?
Just hold this here. There's a cloth. Look, it's just biodiesel.
So why are we doing this? Okay, so we just went to the gym. Do I need to hold this with 2 hands?
Well, I'm
I got
gonna
it.
pour it in here, so you just.
We just went to the gym and Glenn, hold on, wait till this car goes by. Jeez, you just spilled them on me.
It's not like gas, so it won't hurt you.
So we just played racquetball at the gym and hippie Glenn says, hey, come to my car real quick. I'm like, what's going on, dude? And he's like, I need some help getting it started. Like, I can't quite.
I don't need help getting this
No,
started.
we get out here and he's got me pressing corn oil in the back of his car. This is some hippie bullshit if I ever seen it, dude.
Well, now I'm laughing and you can see my tooth.
Yeah, he chipped his tooth too. So is this corn oil? What the fuck are we putting in your car?
Olive oil.
Olive oil?
Yeah, not olive oil, but
Why do you?
it was fucking.
Dude, it smells like fucking hell.
smells like chips.
Why is this in the back of your car?
Well, because sometimes you need some gas.
All right, so this is what we're doing.